All right, Adaptive Fitness. Welcome back to week 2 of the Adaptive Fitness Journal Physical Preparedness program. Today is day 1. Strength portion, we're going back to the deadlift. We've got more of a muscular endurance strength component today. Conditioning, I'll introduce you guys to the chipper setup for a workout. And then accessory work, we've got some lower body joint mobility for the standing classification, and for sitting we'll do some wrist mobility, some shoulders, and then we'll be done for the day. So first, going back to the deadlift, today we've got 3 rounds, 30 seconds on, and then 30 seconds of rest of the deadlift. We'll go over that again. I took my own advice this week and got a couple gallons of water to use for weights. Otherwise, we've got our normal dumbbell setup or any other weighted object you have around your house. So, just a recap of the deadlift: weights on the ground, pull till you're straight standing up, still, hips go back, come through again, back stays straight, chest stays up. Going to use a lighter weight today. If you went up in weight last week and you finished with a weight that felt heavy, probably something similar to what you used in round 2 or 3 from last week, but a light weight today, something you can move pretty quickly. Since we're going 30 seconds, move as fast as you can with good mechanics. And then there's a rest period built in, and it's not a long rest period, but it'll be enough to get you ready for the start of that second round. We'll show standing again with dumbbells. Same idea, chest up, back straight, stand all the way up. Now for seated, same deal as last week, and then same format this week as standing. Those weights are going to start out around your feet, lower back hinge, and kind of pulling your weight backwards towards the center line of your body. Still 30 seconds on. You'll also get 30 seconds rest. Again, a lighter weight. Still keeping your chest up, keeping your back straight, and getting as many reps as you can in that 30-second time frame. So now we have our conditioning piece. So we'll do standing first this time, standing first. So as fast as you can, we'll go through all these movements. You'll do each movement. Once you finish the total reps for that, you'll move on to the next one. And then as soon as you're done with the last one, then your workout is done. So we'll start out with 24 dips. I recommend using a chair for these. If you don't have a chair, you can use a couch. You can use really anything that puts you kind of in an elevated position. We'll have our legs out, heels pressed into the ground, bend the arms until your back kind of reaches around where your hands are, or just as low as you can go in general, and then press until your arms are straight and locked out. If you want to make that a little more difficult, you can place a weight in your lap, and you have some added resistance. But only do this if you have that bigger range of motion, so that you're not kind of only limited to only going this far in the dip. If this is as far as you can go, just do that and don't use any resistance, and keep working towards getting deeper in that dip until you can go all the way down. So then we have squats. Same idea as the squats we did last week. Similar to the deadlift, hips go back, back stays straight, chest stays up. Working until you get your legs below parallel. And then stand all the way up. Keep your knees tracking over your toes, and don't let them kind of collapse in. Make sure your whole foot is on the ground. Keep your weight in your heels. And again, if you want an added challenge, you hold on to some weight, either in front of you or behind you. Next up, push press. So this will be another weighted movement. So if you have two weighted objects that are the same weight, you pick them up, hold them at your shoulders, and then we're just pressing them overhead. Similar to the shoulder press we did last week, but this time, notice I'm getting a bit of a dip in the knees and then extension. This time we're allowed to use the legs to get a little bit more push so that our arms aren't doing all of the work. If you only have one object, we'll hold on to it, both hands, that's the idea. Dip in the legs, extend, and then push that weight overhead. And then step ups last. I'll show with the chair this time, but just use anything, any elevated platform that you can step up onto and step down from safely. Again, one foot on, bring the other foot on, step down, and then step with the opposite foot. And then this is another option. If you want some extra challenge, feel free to do it with some weight. And then again, you can do that with one weight, either in one hand or you can hold it with both hands. So the way that workout, the flow for that workout, we'll start out with the dips. You'll do your 24. You move over to the squats, do your 24. Go to the push press, do your 24. And then step ups, do your 24. And then that will be your time for the workout. So now on to seated. We've got a new movement, the alternating piston press. So this one is going to require you to have two weighted objects. One will be in each hand. You'll hold both of them at your shoulders, and then one arm at a time. It'll be like the shoulder press we did last week. If you do only have one object, you can just do the press, switch hands, and do it with the opposite arm. But if you're doing it with both arms alternating, you can use a bit of a heavier weight for that, since there's not too much pressing left in the rest of this workout. But again, that's similar to the shoulder press we did last week, just with one arm at a time. Then back to our alternating plate hand step ups. We worked on these last week a couple times. We've got them again. So we've got our elevated surface and our weight. We're in our tabletop position on all fours. Lift with one arm, switch arms, lift it up, lift it back down. Again, if you cannot get out of, if you can't go to the floor, do it just from your chair, and that's fine. And then if you can't reach the ground, do it from your lap, and just do it to a surface about chest height. Then we've got the dips, and then the dips we did last week too. Again, same thing. You're gonna be forward in the chair, and then it's a tricep or bending of the arms, and then extend through the triceps. And again, you can use an added weight for some extra resistance if you so wish. And then same deal. So you start the timer. You do your 36 alternating piston press. Each press will count for 1, so it's 18 on each side total. Then the 24 alternating plate hand step ups. Again, each of those counts for 1, so it'll be 12 on each side. And then the 16 dips. So after you do your 36, then switch to the alternating plate hand step ups, do the 24, switch to the dips, do all 16, and then you're done. And then that is your time. So now for the accessory work, we'll start with standing. So our ankle rolls, you can do this seated or standing. If you want to stand on one foot and work on some balance too. But ankle roll is pretty simple. You have that leg extended, and then the only thing moving is that ankle joint. So you'll move it clockwise with one foot, switch feet, clockwise, and it'll be 30 seconds for each of these. Switch back to the first foot, and we'll go counterclockwise, 30 seconds. Which again, 30 seconds on this foot. And then we have our goddess pose again. So we did this last week, just holding in the bottom of a squat. Same mechanics as well from the workout. Knees out or the toes, whole feet in the ground. Keep that weight going through the heels. Chest up, back straight. You can try to look forward. If you want to press your elbows into your knees to get a little more stretch on the inside of the legs, that's okay. And then that'll be a 30-second hold, and you go through that whole process twice. So now seated. So you can do this. You can do this in a couple ways. You can do this against the ground. You can do it against a wall. I'll show against an elevated surface. So just some wrist stretching and mobility here. So the 12 o'clock wrist stretch, that has both hands straight forward. So it's like 12 o'clock if you're thinking about an analog clock. Both hands straight forward, fingers facing forward. Feel free to shift your body weight around and get that stretch all around the wrist and the forearms. Then we have 6 o'clock, and this way we'll have our fingers facing our body and then our forearms facing in front of us. Then we have 9 and 3, so our left hand will be at 9 o'clock, our right hand will be at 3 o'clock, so they'll be away from each other. Again, this is a good one for shifting your weight if you want that stretch all throughout the wrists and the forearms. And then 3 and 9 o'clock, Again, this time they'll be facing each other. And then, so you can do this with an elevated surface, you can do it against the floor, you can do it against the wall. Just keep rotating your wrists. And then we have the slow ascent front raise with a slow descent. This part is not timed. Just go as slow as you can while staying in control. Yeah, sometimes this will work better with one object that you hold with both hands, or you can do two objects. But it'll just be as slow as you can. Raise those dumbbells or those weights up to chest level, and then lower them down as slow as you can. Use a lighter object. You should be able to be very in control. Going up, hold it so that your arm should be about parallel with the ground. Hold it here, and then lower it down as slow as you can. So each of those wrist positions, that'll be 30 seconds. And then the front raise as slow as you can. Again, 2 total rounds. And that'll do it for the day. All right. Come back next time. We've got that same 30-second on, 30-second off with the shoulder press this time around. We've got another short time domain workout that'll go fast. And then we'll do some hip stretching at the end next time.